The ASUS ROG Strix SCAR 18 is the company's first product in the category in more than 10 years, and one of the first 18-inch gaming laptops we've seen in a while. The Strix SCAR 18 must demonstrate, in some way, the feasibility of an entire size category alongside powerful computers like the Alienware M18 and Razer Blade 18. Although I can't claim that the ROG Strix SCAR 18 is ideal for everyone, or even for the majority of gamers, the device did end up winning me over with its superb performance and chic appearance. In actuality, the device's 18-inch screen, which I at first passed off as an oddity, ended up being one of its most alluring qualities. The ROG Strix SCAR 18 is worth consideration if you have over $4,000 to spend on a gaming laptop, and want the finest of the best. However, some of its closest rivals are also worthy of consideration. The complete review of the ASUS ROG Strix SCAR 18 is below. The ASUS ROG Strix SCAR 18 laptop is certainly attractive on its own. The device has a distinctive chain pattern around the bottom and rear, and a gray-black chassis with tasteful translucent plastic at the top. The back and bottom of the device are covered in RGB LED strips. I couldn't argue with any of my coworkers who remarked on how lovely the lighting was, despite the fact that it has no effect on performance. But the ROG Strix SCAR 18 is positively enormous, as you might anticipate from an 18-inch laptop. Even on large tables, its dimensions of 15.8 by 11.5 by 1.0 inches take up a lot of space, especially when you account for additional room needed for a gaming mouse. My medium-sized commuting backpack would not be able to hold the item at all. My coworker had a sizable sports bag that she could fit in, but not in the area developed for laptops. Even if there were more specifically developed 18-inch laptop bags on the market, carrying a 6.8-pound device for an extended amount of time would not be comfortable. A power port, an Ethernet port, an HDMI port, 2 USB-C connections, and a 3.5mm audio jack are all located on the left side of the device. The proximity of the 2 USB-C connections is the only thing I find problematic in this situation. Since many contemporary gaming peripherals employ linked USB-C dongles, you might have to make do with using just one port at a time, or investing in additional cables and adapters right away. There are only 2 USB-A ports and nothing more on the right side. I was able to connect everything I required to the laptop, but gamers who have a lot of other equipment may have to rely solely on Bluetooth connections. The keyboard is the one aspect of the ASUS ROG Strix SCAR 18 that falls short of expectations. No, there isn't anything egregiously wrong with the feature, to be clear. It contains a nearly complete set of RGB programmable buttons, a function row, several navigation keys, and a numeric keypad. However, the layout is a little odd, with its crowded arrow keys, tiny right shift, and far-off delete. The media keys are also awkwardly positioned and just give volume controls as opposed to play, pause, rewind, or fast-forward options. We can at least state for the time being that the 18-inch screen represents a sizable size increase from what we've previously seen. An 18-inch screen might not appear that much larger than a 17-inch panel. But keep in mind that laptop screens are measured in diagonal rather than horizontal terms, which results in a significant increase in surface area. The ROG Strix SCAR 18 screen is properly roughly 18% bigger than a 17-inch laptop, with a 16:9 aspect ratio. From a benchmark standpoint, the Razer Blade 18 greatly outshines the ROG Strix SCAR 18 in terms of brightness and color. The 18-inch variant offers a nearly same color spectrum to the ROG Strix SCAR 17, but better brightness and color accuracy. The ROG Strix SCAR 18 is, in and of itself, brilliant and colorful, and none of anything alters that. However, it appears that Razer's screen has some significant advantages over ASUS's, because it also has a 2500 by 1600 resolution, and a 240Hz refresh rate, unless a 0.03 difference in color accuracy makes a huge difference to you. The system's performance was excellent on a qualitative level as well. With extended play sessions of Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition, High on Life, Marvel's Midnight Suns, and Lost Ark, I put the device to the test. Even with the graphics settings dialed all the way up, each game continuously played at north of 120 frames per second. In fact, Lost Ark frequently approached 200, which is unusual for a gaming laptop. This shouldn't be a surprise given the ROG Strix SCAR 18's components, but the performance is exactly what you'd expect. The ASUS ROG Strix SCAR 18 performs better than both the Razer Blade 18 and the previous ROG Strix SCAR 17 in gaming benchmarks. It offers higher processing power for simulated benchmarks, copies data more swiftly, and encodes films more quickly. These observations were corroborated by our qualitative testing, which showed that the SCAR 18 was capable of smoothly managing numerous simultaneous daily productivity tasks. In reality, the 18-inch screen proved to be really useful in this situation, because it made it easy to display many windows side by side. The ROG Strix SCAR 18's productivity battery life, at less than 5 hours. If you could even get this computer to fit on a tray table, it wouldn't last through a long-haul flight. Although you won't likely play with it unplugged for a long time, the gaming battery life is also short. The system actually performs well in productivity mode in terms of heat. It is theoretically cool enough to keep in your lap at 84 degrees Fahrenheit, which is more than we can say for the Blade 18 or the ROG Strix SCAR 17. The 18-inch gaming laptop has returned, and the ASUS ROG Strix SCAR 18 seems to have hit the mark as the first shot. It performs well, better than its nearest rivals, and it also has a nice appearance. The keyboard in particular gives off the impression that some of its components, which cost close to $4,000, could have been a little better. Although the ROG Strix SCAR 18 at least shows that the format has some potential, I'm not entirely convinced that the 18-inch laptop is here to stay. Just be sure to buy a larger backpack as well if you get one. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, and luck is definitely on your side.